Hello, dragons and damsels. This is What Team Comp. I'm your host, Uncommon Guru, and I don't give a fuck right now. I just
Hey,
had rice and I'm feeling good.
hey,
Also,
Guru, did you
yes.
check to
He's on that
see if
right,
you had
Harry.
the voice shit going on right?
No. I made sure that you guys were coming out of my computer, not through my headset. I already checked. Don't worry. I'm
Alright.
on it today.
He's having a starch high.
He's all carved up and ready to go.
I am having a starch high. This is correct. It
It's all
tasted so
gassy.
good. What?
Huh?
No, I'm not gassy. What? No.
It's all gassy.
Yes.
I do
It's
love
all
the taste of
gas.
pure gin. Oh, straight up.
So, when we last left off with y'all, you guys had armed up at the Fire Peak Mountains and had been asked to go northward towards a temple that appeared to have been abandoned some time ago that was to the north. You had obtained an ally in Silveros. Ally said loosely, because the party's just kind of looking at him like, oh my god, is he going to be super dumb all the time, or is this just seasonal?
Well,
And-
party except us.
Yeah. And as you guys made your way northward, you've gotten close to where it should be, and may have rolled a natural one against talking to some wolves and got swarmed.
I don't want to talk about it.
Thankfully, you
I
guys
don't want
were.
to talk about it.
Yeah, thankfully,
Oh,
you guys.
what are you gonna do? Tear me down even more than you already did? Go for it.
Thankfully,
Don't
this.
pull the victim stance here.
Thankfully, it also gave you a chance to
Is it a
activate
fighting
your
style?
medallions so that you were able to have those up and ready for those of you who did not have them before. And then there's, I think, 2 people? 1 person? Is it just you, Arthos?
Nevis and Cassie.
Nevis.
And then-
Nevis and Cassie were the
Yeah.
ones who activated it, yeah.
so it's
So Veros
just
doesn't
us.
have one, and Arthos hasn't attuned to it.
And
So, yeah.
what immediately happened was right after that wolf fight in the middle of the night.
You guys had a chance to fight some dogs, all except for the last one, who just kind of dropped into the shadows and just disappeared.
Can't tell if that's a stealth check or something horrible.
No, it physically dropped into the shadows and disappeared. Physically,
It's
it
something
melded.
horrible.
Oh yeah, probably.
Well, I think we were on like second watch or something, right?
There's not going to be any need for the other watches. Nothing else happens for the rest of it.
Yeah, we
Okay.
kind of the only threat we had, we just kind of fucked up.
Do we still get a full rest then after that, or?
I want to say for the most part, I don't think any of you used hit die, so I would have said that you'd have not been able to get all of your hit die back. But if you didn't spend any, then you're fine.
So is it a short rest?
I'll say you complete a long rest. You hadn't taken damage
Okay.
before that. You're basically resting up, and for the next day, you're not going to encounter anything for that day.
Well, being fair, Drew, like I didn't even get hit, so
I
That's the
have
problem.
spell slots spent and that kind of thing. So if it's all clear to go, I'm gonna put everything back up then.
Yep, that's like I said. The next day, you wouldn't be fighting anything either. So well, at least we'll see about at the night. But
We're gonna freaking.
All right, then on
I'd
another
be
note.
picking
go
up
ahead.
my bolt, sorry.
roll survival check.
I don't even know if you had bolts because of the freaking.
No, that's right. There are no bolts when you go to try and collect them.
Right.
Yeah,
I
it
used
fires
the
them and
short
they're
bolt,
yeah they're basically engulfed in flames, and they hit, they do damage, and there's no evidence basically.
just pull a brisket, buy a few hundred of them, it's fine.
Yeah. I was
She
interrupting you, Tony.
Oh no, go ahead. Is there anything else anyone want to do?
Sleep.
Yes.
Even during the next day, I guess, since it's gonna be smooth traveling.
Would anyone tell Arthos about about Silveros being a simp?
Oh yeah.
Being a simp. Oh, fucking.
100% Venroy.
Yes.
mentioned
No, I had watched with him. Thank you very much.
That's right. Butter's just
Have
gonna
a
be
day.
it.
Yeah. So you get the simp shit from Rod.
Oh no! No!
Oh yeah, because they have their watch together anyway, right?
Yeah. I remember Butter's mentioning this.
Down so bad.
No, he does. He does throw in that the little dispute him and Cassie got in after that fight. He agreed with Savaris.
Huh?
So he's like, he doesn't seem like a bad guy. You throw that into Arthos. He's like, he's a shithead, but he's not the worst.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't really sound smart enough to betray us, unless it's just an act he's putting on.
Yeah, don't underestimate,
Yeah.
because he can cast high-level spells. So underestimating would be kind of fool. Or high-ish level spells, same as Gyrus. Pretty sure.
Okay.
So. He's like reverse Gyrus when it comes to the powers. One brings life, one brings death. Or what? No, technically, both bring life in someone. One's just a lot messier.
I suppose,
might be
yeah,
doing
you
a
could see it
voice
that way.
Can't.
happened?
All right, got it.
Oh my god.
Never
Just
fail.
takes a few cunts. Cunts. There we go. All right, yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
Ryle has alcohol if you wish to partake. A wee bit.
Just a wee bit, lad.
Oh, God.
Alright, anything else you guys wish to do?
Not exactly. If the next day goes smoothly, I guess Silveros isn't secretive. You guys will notice he's a little bit more distant with Cassie.
That's not hard to do since she spends half her time in the air anyway.
Yeah. It's just in small bits you guys might notice. In general, he seems to be in a bit of a sour mood. That's it.
Okay. So, you guys continue on your way. Eventually, you come up to a part of almost like a hill, similar to when you guys were going towards the old capital, where you could get to a part where you could see through some of the trees and see a structure in the distance. In this case, it's not a tree that is massive as all fuck. This is a actual structure. It looked to be a bit weathered with age, but otherwise a still very functional looking sort of structure. Venora, roll me a history check. Anyone that actually can roll it.
Roll a what? You cut
History.
Okay.
High story.
Is this the next day or the day after?
This is 2 days
Don't
after.
talk to me about high stories.
Just. Just
Sorry. Sorry, what did you say, Don?
2 days later.
2
Yeah.
days later. Got it. Thank you. History.
Hang on. My character sheet won't.
Oh well, not
won't
with the
open
advantage.
right. I'm old.
We steadily increase by 3s.
There we go. Well, that's a disappointment.
If you roll a 12, make cackle.
I already rolled it. Never mind.
Wait, who rolls a history?
Anyone?
Oh,
That was great.
fucking +2. Now what?
Ryle, you looking at this thing?
Guru,
Hmm? Yep.
Guru, what's the stone? I have advantage on that. What kind of stone is this?
Just from a distance, you can tell that this is made out of some fine granite. You'd probably have to get closer to see what kind of grain work and maybe guess the quarry, but
What kind of stone is it?
Guru, I gotta use it at some point. I never
no.
did.
I appreciate that you brought that up. Like, hold on a second, I need to know the stone.
Yeah, expertise, not advantage.
Fucking
My bad.
sobbing here, jeez.
Alright,
Right.
so you got a 7? No, excuse me.
5.
Hi.
Great.
No, wait. If you
Are
don't
you
have.
proficient in history?
No.
You're
Okay,
considered
so the-
history in. No, you're considered
It's a
proficient
9.
in it for that.
And doubled.
Oh my god, it's a 9!
Nice.
Yeah, it's
Great.
nice.
Guys, this is a great start to the session.
Silveros and Cassie. What you can tell about it is that it seems to be an older structure, probably worn by weathering, actual like elements and such. Looks to be overgrown in certain ways, so this is probably before even the Age of War, something to do with the Forgotten Age, the Age of Light as you guys know it as. Earthos, based off of drawings and such you've looked at a few different places before as part of your work as an inquisitive person. You've looked at a few of the different people. I don't know if anyone has yet, but the thing that Earthos would know is that this structure was likely made by the hands of giants.
Did you say giants or giant kin?
Giants.
Oh my god, you cut out again.
Giants! There's no kin! I'm not saying kin, I'm saying giants!
You're
Dude,
cutting
you're
out!
cutting out enough that we can't tell. There's no
Yeah.
second half. It's
It
only
cuts off
die.
at
You
giant.
only get die.
Yeah.
Don't worry guys, you're facing off against Jais.
Jive turkey.
That's
So-
Whoa, we don't use the JT word in here.
Yourself.
oh my god.
Right, so what does this structure look like?
It's made of stone. You'd need to get closer to get a better guess at it, but based off the area, you doubt that it would be fire giants, just due to the fact that fire giants would likely make it more into the mountain to be able to get at stuff like metals and such. Most likely options would be stone giants.
Granite.
I'd kind of point that out then. I'd just go like, looks like giants made it. Probably stone giants. Makes sense. I'll probably keep alert if there are giants around.
Do I know anything about this temple that I've been, like, told about, Guru?
Bit with a 12? Nope.
Okay.
Don't think Silvers would know anything else to add to that. Oh, I mean, I guess he would also explain that it seems to be dated before the Age of War. It seems old.
Oh.
And when we get into it, we should be careful about falling rubble and that stuff like that. That's it.
God. No.
Guys, I'm distracting me over there. Anyway.
We broke her. We did it.
Silveros would not really be looking that much about if there's anything around, but would anyone else be?
I mean, I got a bird's eye view, so see if I can see some bullshit.
Oh yeah, Cassie wouldn't have heard what I said.
No!
No, she's up in the air.
Okay. Just imagine she gets grabbed by some giant hand out of the forest. It's like, oh!
It's like when I'm jungling his Valiant PR.
Move, bitch! Get out the way!
No, don't do that!
He's fucking spiked like a volleyball. Just a giant.
Right!
You know giants to be hostile, right? Or at least Silveros does, right?
Yeah.
First racist
generally.
against dwarves and now giant.
I mean,
I know. I mean, I feel like that's more common knowledge. I don't know.
yeah, giants tend to be a bit hostile.
Giants
think
are
there
hostile.
was- There was
Sorry.
one, wasn't there, that was like not hostile, or was that?
Yeah.
another thing?
Yeah, there's
That
the
was
one
the
you guys ran
Cyclops.
across.
Yeah.
He was
Two.
a cool guy.
Well,
He
remember,
tried to
the
do fucking
fire
puzzles.
giants with my people are not friendly, but they work together, I believe.
Correct.
That's right.
It's like an angry coworker. Yeah, but I'd be looking around. I've never been to this temple, so I'd be taking it all in, seeing if there's anything cool around here.
You're not at it yet. You're seeing it in the distance. You will be approaching
Oh,
it.
okay. I didn't know how distant.
You will be approaching it in 1.8 miles.
Really?
Basically.
Fuck, built-in GPS.
As you guys are approaching it, there you do come to a part of the area where, as you're like walking forward, just kind of like trying to make your way as best you can to it, you kind of like come out of like thick brush and a wooded area, and almost stumble a little bit when you step out of it into an area that is a lot more cleared, and it's like looking left and right. There's like almost like an actual pathway that doesn't look or feel incredibly natural. There's broken branches here and there. It looks like almost like something came through here.
Like someone walked across this particular route over many years and eventually created their own path.
No.
Oh lord.
Like someone recently came through here.
Yes. Someone or something.
Is
broken
it like
branches
That scene from Gravity Falls where we see the footprint, but turns out we're just in a bigger footprint?
You're not sure.
Dang, bitch, we gotta worry about this, not knowing. In fact, we have even more to worry about.
Oh,
I'm gonna be real
no, I
honest.
don't like it.
If we're going up as giants, Vinrora's a giant for me. Like going up against a normal giant's gonna be even worse.
It's alright, you just have to follow the basic premises of fighting something bigger than you.
Aim for the shins.
Exactly.
I've been doing it since I was little. Of course I know.
Sweet Christmas.
Is there any way to tell what might have came through here?
Make a survival check.
Can I guidance myself too?
Yes, because you are doing a search. So you would know to be able to cast guidance.
The way you fucking said that was just you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Everyone is making sure that they're guidancing at the right time.
D4, right?
Yes. So 16. Looking around and trying to get a quick lay of the land to see what all could have come through here, you do eventually see that there's a big footprint, not a large or a massive footprint, but a big footprint. Definitely bigger than yours. You're like holding your foot next to it, and it's just like, whoever stepped down like this, they were big. But it's not like bigger than yourself or anything like that. Just like bigger than your own.
But more humanoid footprint, I guess?
Oh, definitely.
A big humanoid
Like you can see
footprint.
toes and such.
Oh. Votha. Where's she at? Votha.
She turns and looks at you.
Can you get a scent from the footprint if it's recent?
Uh,
You're basically like a big bloodhound thing, right?
slowly turns and stares at you.
What? You got a good nose.
She snorts faintly, but
Oh, get the fuck out of that fucking grave before you make it 6 feet down!
she takes a couple sniffs of it and kind of like makes it this kind of shrug emotion, like, I guess I got the scent.
I mean, I guess.
There's so many click-clacks in here.
That might be good to have then, won't it?
She nods. So many click-clacks.
Can we tell which direction the footprints went?
Towards the big thing?
Towards the big thing, as far as you can tell. Basically, when you step out, the path goes left and right. It is to the right, which was vaguely in the direction of the big thing you were going towards.
Was it? Were we able to tell how fresh they were?
Not with the 16.
Okay.
Can Votha roll it?
I rolled her perception check. I rolled her a survival check for her.
Give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
I was outside. Back inside.
Silveros will push up his glasses and be like, "Well, we may be running into company and towards the ruins."
12.
Isn't
So I mean, that's kind of what
Someone
we
came through
expected,
here.
right? We definitely expected a scuffle when we got to the ruins. That was like, we thought there was a cult.
Yes.
What are you talking about? I mean, it's something you knew you were walking into, right?
I suppose I was just hoping we could avoid combat.
They're cultists.
He looked at him and he still kind of shrugged a little, like, and avoiding bloodshed would still be preferable.
Nah. I mean, I doubt the cultists will want to have a chit chat, you know? If they do, sure, I'll be all ears, but I don't think they will.
I suppose we'll see soon enough.
I just accidentally tossed my knife and it just flew into an orange, is now sticking out.
Why do you do these?
It's funny.
Oh my god.
The citrus never saw it coming.
It's too bad it's not a lemon.
Lemon.
I have a basket of lemons right next to me, don't tempt me. They're fake, but
They can't
Well,
be eaten.
I guess I'd suggest we should not go up to them if we can avoid it.
I could agree to that.
we need to go into that temple, alright?
Yes, we still need to enter though.
And if they're in the temple, we have to go towards them.
Fair. We can possibly go through them. if we're good at hiding, but then he looks at Vartha. It's probably not going to work out that way.
She's better than me.
She's also big.
Medium.
She's actually smaller than Lux.
I forget that she's.
Right.
It's just that
It's easy to forget.
it's because that whenever you go into combat,
Just
Ryle
wait
tends
for
to cast
next
enlarge.
level. Yeah,
Yeah, but then the next level she gets fucking huge.
Yeah, she can have a growth spurt, don't worry.
She's been
Imagine Wild just wakes up. She's now a large-sized creature. Oh fuck! How am I gonna get you through the door?
That's what the reduce part of enlarge reduce.
fair. You have noticed that Vatha's been like kind of rubbing against some stuff recently, just like trying to, like almost like almost yeah. It's more like she's molting, like she's getting rid of like scatterings of scales rather than a whole thing at once. But she's
reptile shedding.
Basically.
It's legit like fucking Nivaura's.
Oh, Arcus!
Arcus, yeah.
When he fucking finally grew and he just passed the fuck out after fully molting. Oh god, I wanted that.
He was so tired.
My mother just passed out on Wild bed after she molts, so I can't move her.
So are we gonna continue moving then? Or are we gonna at least try to stealth it?
We can try.
Yeah.
We should like let Cassie know that we're trying to stealth it though, because she's like 30 feet in the air and everything can see her in a pretty wide area.
Yeah, she probably wants to come back down with us for a bit.
Yeah, I'll like wag a hand at Cassie, like come down.
I'm setting a good precedent for this stealth.
You are. Let's hope we can continue it.
Wait, I'm sorry, setting a good what? I missed. I couldn't hear what-
Precedent.
He rolled high.
Oh,
I rolled a 21 on stealth. So.
I can guidance myself for this, right?
Yes.
she'll fucking land.
Yes, let's see.
She'll land and kind of look in confusion because she has no idea what's happening here.
Arthos, to be accurate, you know what's even better? Vatha's proficient.
Please God tell me that you guys tell her what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Awesome,
pointed
I'll
over
cast
the
Pass
footprint.
Without a Trace.
Oh.
That's kind of helpful.
Okay. 30.
Okay.
Guys, Arthos just disappears.
Nah,
You can see him.
You gotta get to the
Yeah.
toys for that.
God!
The twins
Yeah,
are
I
doing their
guess I
thing.
do too.
Nice. We doing good.
Now let's see how poorly the fucking horse does it. Oh, please.
It's gonna do better than you.
We're all so good at
Yes, we are all so good at this.
You got a 24.
I feel like this is to make up for all the shit rolls we had yesterday.
Oh yeah, yesterday you guys had a lot of shit rolls.
this.
That's like.
I'm still not wrong.
You're doing better.
That's a 27.8 average.
No worries. So you guys, super sneaky quiet. You basically just see like Lux just doing a normal walk, but there's just like no footprints left by the hoofs because of the Pass Without Trace, and so there's just no squelching sound of mud. It's pretty packed earth, and it's just you guys are able to make your way to the entrance of the temple with no issues. And as you approach the entrance, you notice that two things. One is that there's markings on the door,
Hell yeah.
and that there's a second door that is part of it that has been very obviously pushed open inwards. The doors open inward.
Like busted off the hinges?
No.
inward, or
They
just,
open
chilling?
inward.
Okay.
And this is a different door without the markings.
No, that also has markings on it. It completes them.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Okay. Then you know Silveros is gonna want to read these markings.
Yep.
Mhm.
He can.
Okay.
What
Do you
control?
speak or read rather giant?
Yeah.
No. Can I
But
at
you
least
know who
recognize
does?
You recognize the dwarven script, or dwarven-like script, but
Okay. But it's obviously not dwarvish, so.
no.
Well, I feel like he's smart enough to make the connection. If giants made this place, it might be giant, right?
I would hope so. I mean, you gave him a good, decent intelligence, so
He's smart enough for that.
Granite.
Then he'll take a look at it and kind of glance at everyone and be like, Does anyone read giant?
Immediately points to Vinroy.
all hands point to Venora. Just
Exactly.
She just
I-
fucking shrugs and grins.
He'll motion to it if you could.
Yeah, I'll walk over. What's it say? It says fuck off, doesn't it? It says fucking go away.
Yep.
You don't-
no. It has the first part of something, and then it cuts off, and then it has the last part of something.
Oh, okay, so someone like chunked out the middle.
Yeah, basically, you have half. It's all like all the runes that are pertaining to this are in the center of it, and you'd guess that the other half is on the other door.
Oh, okay, that's fair. So I'll read this bit, and then I'll like the door that's pushed inward.
Yes.
Okay, I'll read the first bit, then I'll kind of like peek and see if I can see the second bit, and then I'll go back to the third bit.
Okay. What it essentially says is entombed. This remains sealed until days when dire need is great. Leave alone that which has been forgotten.
Wow, this really does say fuck off.
I didn't write that down. Shit. Actually thinking about it.
We all read something.
Anyway. Could you repeat that or something, Dawn?
She needs to take her notes.
Fuck. I had to, I had to ad lib it a little bit because I don't have my exact notes.
Live it is fine.
Basically, there's something that has been entombed here, that has been left here, essentially. Leave it alone until there's a great need. Otherwise, go away.
It literally fucking says fuck off. It's the best.
Alright.
Trust giants to be like, okay, so we know you might need this at some point, but if you don't need it, don't commit.
It concerns me that you giants steal the shit away. Like, we don't want to deal with this.
I guess when she says it's something that's being but it doesn't say anything else?
Nothing besides that.
So it's a giant building that basically says fuck off. Noted.
Well, and he kind of peeks inside the door. Is it dark in there?
The
Yeah.
course he peeks into the door that tells them to fuck off.
The what we came for here, isn't it?
I was just figuring you would see if potentially something was on the other end of the door without using your actual head.
Well, it's already open.
And Renora was poking her head in and out to read what was on the other door,
Oh.
because the other door was
I'm
pushed
about to get
inward.
Mordecai.
Sticks head through door.
No!
I'd like to see Mordecai try that.
Try what?
And
Mordecai, pull a Mordecai on Venora.
Oh no, I'm in him.
Rip off the door?
No, when you
No.
slam a dude's head between the door and the doorway.
Ah, yes, good times.
how, do you I mean, he has dark vision at least, so does he see anything within that 60 feet?
Hallway.
Just a long hallway.
No, not a long hallway. Just 60 feet down, you can see it's a hallway for that 60 feet down. Past that, can't tell. Well, actually, no, you can actually see a little further than 60 feet because there is sunlight behind you still. Looking in, you are able to see that it leads very quickly into what appears to be almost like a church-like a cathedral room almost, like very ornate looking stonework. You can't fully see what all is in there. It does look like it has a few different pathways that you could take, as well as towards the ceiling you can see that there appears to be a spiral staircase that looks like it was just broken off halfway down and looks relatively inaccessible from the ground.
The staircase, anyway, though, not the cathedral.
No, yeah. Just the staircase.
He looks at the group. Well, should we get going?
Yes, not going to find what we need standing out here, I suppose.
He will step aside for anyone else to walk in first.
I mean, I'll pull my.
walk in.
Okay, get off.
But no, go ahead. I don't know who's the first, man.
Who's on first?
I would actually point to Earthos and say,
We should probably let him go first. If the door literally says fuck off, I imagine they didn't just leave it locked to prevent people from coming in.
I imagine we're all
Right.
pretty quiet right now.
I'm gonna look at this lock.
I'm sorry, the way he said it for some reason just really amusing.
There's
Well,
no
it's
lock.
not locked
There's no
right
lock.
now.
Oh.
I meant to
Oh.
look for anything else.
Oh.
And once she asks that, Silveros will turn to Earthos and also be and he'll just tap his shoulder to give him guidance too. If he's the one looking for something.
Wait, did Silveros say anything?
No, he just
No.
he just he slept.
You feel guided.
he
Yeah.
seemed like he was gonna say something, but it didn't work out, and he just guidance you.
Okay. Fair.
Like, fuck it.
I don't know if I roll it or you roll it, but there it is.
Oh, he rolled
He
it.
rolls it.
Oh, he does? Okay, then
Yeah.
ignore that one.
Alright, well, I guess I'll go in.
Okay, you enter. Besides
Make a
the
con save.
besides the area that was mentioned before, you see that there's again a number of different pathways, each leading off in different directions away deeper into the temple that you've arrived at. And of course there's the stairway leading upwards. Where would you like to go?
Is he checking for traps or anything?
I hope so. That's why I let him go first.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna look for traps.
It's been worse. You're like, you had one
Roll for it.
Just like, okay, well, I guess he did it by setting them off.
He walks inside,
That's the
steps
Z
down, click.
method.
Ah,
That's how you die as a rogue.
No, remember the lemons. That's what
Yeah.
the lemons were for.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have the lemons.
Unfortunately, no cloth, because I'm not going to get within 1 feet of a trap.
yeah.
1 feet.
1 feet.
A single foot, yes.
He's used to speaking in meters. Don't worry.
1 feet.
On the absolute feet. Ow.
But yes, you with the 17 as of right now, it does not appear that this chamber is trapped. As you look it over quickly, try and get a grasp on everything. So far, again, this room does not appear to be trapped.
No traps.
He turns back to Van Roy, who I presume is the one who's primarily looking in, and he goes, "There's none."
That wasn't ominous or
I give
anything.
I give him the okay signal.
Uh,
Turn
Van-
back to everybody
And
else.
the way he just said that, you can see Cassie just kind of snort ever so slightly.
Fair.
Smiling a bit the past 2 days, you got her to laugh.
Perhaps another time then.
You say something right now.
No, I'm gonna wait.
Okay, I'll like gesture everybody else to follow me.
Which way you're going?
How many paths did you say? 3?
Yes.
And
Not
one of them is a
including the
broken
stairway that's
staircase?
broken.
Not including the staircase. Okay. Are there any signs of where the people who opened the door came from? Or
Make
mean,
a
went
make a
to, I should
survival
say?
check.
All right. Scroll. There you go. Whoop. Hey, that's the second 12 roll today.
There looks like there was actually probably a decent amount of foot traffic. Either that or the few people were basically running around every single pathway in this place. Because there's dust, it looks like it was just kicked up everywhere.
Well, thinking like a giant. Probably put the important shit upstairs, which makes sense why that staircase is busted now. But that doesn't say we can't explore down here a little bit. I mean, I'll open it up to the rest of the group.
Can we take a closer look at the church?
You're in it.
Oh, we're in it. I thought that was one of the paths.
Nah, it's like we stepped into the church.
Yeah, you step
now-
into the temple, and the first room that you're in is a cathedral-like room.
Oh, okay. In that case, Silveros is looking at things.
Okay, I'll get to what you're looking at in a moment. Anyone else doing anything? Just let me know what you're all doing before I touch base.
Cassie kind of looks at the stairs and then looks at Monroe going, "Did two of us see exactly what's up those stairs?"
Is this where we need to go? Or is this just a curiosity?
I'm not sure where we need to go, so it very well could be, and we don't know it.
I've never been here, so it's as good a place to check as any of the others. We can look a certain way. I would not suggest going up the entirety of the staircase to the next level, but we can peek in at least.
That's what I was figuring.
Shall I go first?
The stairs you can't access from the ground. You just have to carry one of you.
Oh, I was gonna jump.
Oh, that's right. You have that fucking bullshit.
I want to double check to make sure I still have those equipped. I'm pretty
that's
sure
right.
I do still got them equipped.
I mean, consider you might like make noise.
Well, that's just jumping.
I just.
Yeah, but it's just like
It's also the fact that if you jump and can't grab the ledge, or the ledge might break under your weight, because you.
Okay, Silveros did outside mention to be careful of crumbling ruins or anything like that.
How big is this gap, Don? Like, I was thinking like 20 feet maybe.
Even then, if you land on the other side, like, it might just fall under your weight.
I mean, I can throw him up there if you want.
Don't.
Or I could just fly!
I swear to God, Monroe, if you ever use a magic item, I got you. I'm gonna do human.
Oh my god! I think I did.
I feel like I wouldn't be much use up there. You take Athos. I'll look down here.
Just so you know, the staircase is probably a good 40 feet up.
No.
Just so you're aware.
I'll
Does,
get on my.
does the with the staircase broken, is there just floor underneath, or does it go down to like somewhere below?
At the moment, it's just goes to the ground level.
Okay.
It's just floor. Well,
Is
you
there
gotta look.
anywhere else we can go?
yeah.
Sure.
Say one more time.
Is there anywhere else we can go?
Yeah, there's 3 other rooms. Well, not rooms, but 3 other pathways you could take.
I'll check down here. You both check upstairs.
Okay. Don't go too far.
I'll
Wait,
just be.
isn't splitting the party right now kind of a bad idea?
So long as we don't go too far from each other, I think it should be okay.
You get attacked up there, she's not getting to you. I'm not getting to you, probably.
I can just drop if if I get chased. I don't mind taking the damage.
Overall's perked up.
I'll be with him, so he's not entirely alone.
Wait, I advise splitting up as well. That's never a good idea.
I don't think we're in a full rush that we know of.
We'll stay within earshot. If it
Well-
goes for longer than 60 feet, then we'll come back. That's what I was thinking anyway. Unless you had a different idea. She's looking at both of us.
Well, I'll try the stairs first. Then we'll go ground floor. Sound good?
She nods. She's just all for this idea.
Everyone else?
That is.
I'll
Hey!
take that.
I've said it was a bad
yes.
idea. I said, you know my brain, and you think it's not good, but like you just have already.
Silveros is also looking
I
at it and
mean-
seems like I do agree.
Okay. I mean, I was suggesting that nobody else go to like other rooms. That I don't know. Either the rest of you stay here. or
Well,
you
the
split.
thing is, you say I'll be able to run. If we're going up against this is out of character. If we're going up against cultists, which some might be spellcast, you might not get that opportunity.
I mean, out of character.
But
you're
that's
still
out of
suggesting we
character,
split
so-
up. I mean, even out of character, you're still suggesting you and Cassie split. So
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Well. Okay. Well, I mean, someone has to go upstairs. So unless you want to all take the time to come up with us, then what else? can
Yeah,
we
why
do?
not?
That would take a lot of time to ferry you up and down. Well, other than with jumps. And she's looking at
Vartha
Vinroy. She
can
said
pull-
that.
Vartha can pull me up. Me and Vartha can carry the weight of him. That easy.
So, 2 on Valtha, 2 on Lux.
No, Vartha will take a rope, bring it up there, and I will climb it. Then Rora will then climb it with me and Vartha holding it at the top. I'm not gonna cast a spell if I don't have to. Especially one that is very strong for me.
Okay. Then, if you're all coming, we will scout very slightly ahead once people start getting up. Does that sound good?
It's fine by me.
Just give me a moment to finish looking around here, if you don't mind.
By the way, answer the
Yeah.
question.
Okay. One
Yeah.
or 2 people were.
2.
2.
Mhm.
All right. Does size matter?
I mean, Venrora's a larger lady, but technically it doesn't matter too much. But obviously, you're going to want to try and be considerate as much as you can be.
Okay, can Venrora ride Lux? Or is she too big?
No, she can ride. There is no technically. I've actually had you on him before.
Yeah, but he doesn't like it. I don't.
No.
blame him.
He
He
doesn't.
doesn't like it because his bad memory is you landing on.
That doesn't help.
Well, that doesn't seem a bad idea to use right anyways. Okay. Yeah, sorry, you said, yeah, to Silveros, like, looking around? Is that what you said?
Yes. So you're looking around. The cathedral area, while they're all figuring out who's going up and how to get up and such, you're looking at a few of the different things. You notice that there's a few, not sure if that's the right word. My mind is saying dais, but I'm not feeling that's the right word. Essentially, pronunciation is not the problem here.
I just want to make sure.
It's essentially a raised platform, raised circular platform. Silveros, you look at it, it looks interesting. When you go and you look at it, you see that it's like most of them seem to have just a bit of marble to it, probably like a table almost. Do you go like inspect them all?
Yeah, if I can. Very carefully.
When you go and inspect one in front, like near towards the front of the centralmost room, not room, the centermost hallway. So like when you enter it, it would have been right in front of you. There's one that's a raised platform that's a little more elevated than the others. You notice that there is a reflective surface to it. It looks nice. It's very pretty, but it's a reflective surface.
Is there any way to tell what the purpose of it might have been? There's no markings or anything to read? Or
Looking
anything I
around
might
it,
know?
there's a few things in Giant, but not that you can read.
Okay, he's gonna call Venrora. Venrora, do you have a moment?
What is it?
If you could read some of this for me.
Alright.
What's stated?
Open your eyes beyond the veil.
I thought you were going to say, open your eyes, biatch.
Nice.
Anyway. Look at that me!
Venora, do you look at it?
Yeah, sure.
So, okay. You look at the reflective surface, and you're not looking at your own reflection. Silveros is, next to you, doing Silveros things, as far as you can tell. You,
What does that mean?
Pondering.
yeah. You're more focused on this slowly, shaping between different creatures image, starting with a more of a bear's figure, and then shifting as the first suddenly begins to lighten, with parts of it darkening to a black, as it seems to almost lower itself down. It almost seems to be like getting closer to it and almost like leaning forward to like try and sniff at you, as a tiger's face just seems to be like looking at you and just kind of like leaning forward, just kind of like looking between the both of you, and then just kind of sliding back as it turns back into a bear.
Oh, that is a lot.
In the and on the ceiling above you, you can see that there's like a shadow of some sort. You're not sure what that is, but whatever it is, it looks big.
On the ceiling?
Yeah. When you turn and look at the ceiling, there's nothing there. But when you look back into the reflection, there's something there. It is
I don't like
big.
that.
You don't know what it is. You don't. You're looking it over. You're trying to figure it out, but look at the ceiling. Nothing there. Look back down. It's not the bear / tiger. And like it looks back and it seems to like acknowledge something behind it before it looks back at you. It seems to almost make like this huff as it kind of like slowly looks like it's pacing around the edge of the reflective surface.
But it's not close enough for me to get a gist of it.
Because it's on the ceiling, maybe it's lighting, maybe it's something else. It's too far. In like a not a physical sense, but it's just too far from you right now.
By Silverus' looking around the thing and mumbling to himself, you can tell he didn't see it.
Yeah, no.
Are we ready to go then?
Does
Oh,
Lenora
this is
tell
asking
him
in
about it?
Okay. So I saw some things in there that weren't exactly my reflection, but they were a sort of reflection of myself, which is complex. But ignore that for now because I also saw something else, not close enough, that looks like it should be up by the ceiling, but it's only existing in the reflection.
Oh, what did it look like?
I couldn't tell, it wasn't close enough, it was very dark.
Is it just a shadow? A figure?
Some sort of figure, but
Creature.
it was
Not humanoid.
large, some kind of creature, didn't look like it, didn't look human-esque.
That's concerning.
I'll also mention what it said about open your eyes to beyond the veil. It doesn't look like you can take this, right? Like it's
No.
adhered to the surface? Okay, just want to make sure.
Maybe.
Did you try touching it?
Did I have to touch it to see what I saw?
No.
I'm gonna poke it real gently.
You poke it, and you watch as the figure of the bear kind of like lumbers over towards where you poked and just kind of like stares at you. Tilts its head to the side, just kind of watching you.
I wave.
It waves back.
Hell yeah!
So did she poke the mirror then, and it walked to where she poked the mirror?
Yes.
Can I poke where Silveros is on the mirror?
Oh, so you're looking at the mirror too?
I don't know. I figure I don't know what I'm doing. I'm bored.
Okay. So you wander over and you look at the mirror to poke at where Silveros is on the mirror. When you look
Not
at
that
the
you-
mirror,
Oh, never mind. I was gonna say.
when you look at the mirror, you see yourself. You're like looking over towards Silveros is to poke him on the thing, and as you're moving around to where Silveros is, you notice that behind you there's a large shadow that just seems to have very faint, luminescent eyes, just seeming to like be watching you.
Alright, what you see is not what I see, so this is weird.
When you look back, like to see where it is in the reflection, like on the ceiling, it's not there.
Yeah, I don't want to look at it.
Yeah, I didn't think you did.
Because if I turn around and acknowledge that it's not there, it just gets creepier. So I don't want to give. I don't want to give it the. I don't want to give it the
Satisfaction.
respect of that. The satisfaction.
I don't think this is your standard mirror.
What are you saying, Ryan?
Mine is just shadows with glowing eyes. No animals, nothing like that.
Silveros doesn't see anything but the normal shit when he looks into it, right?
At the moment, yes.
Yeah, I want to try to poke where Silveros is on the mirror.
Yeah, you poke where Severus is on the mirror. He's not in the mirror for either of you, but When you do so, you almost see like the shadow behind you when you poke it just seem to shift slightly and then kind of like lean its head back, almost like it's laughing.
Do we both see that?
No. He pokes it, you just see your stuff still doing the same thing.
Just say do it, coward, and this. Or infernal, sorry, not abyssal. No abyssal, no infernal.
How big is this room, by the way, Greer? Like this cathedral? Are we talking like St. Paul's, or are we talking like a little like?
No.
town
It's
church?
like more of the St. Paul's.
Okay, so it's big AF.
Yeah, like the walkway going to the ceiling's like a good 80 feet up.
Oh fuck, man. The 3 other pathways besides upstairs, are they close enough that we could just like peek down them?
I mean,
Not
you can peek
walk
down the one
them.
that's literally like right behind you, but you can only see 60 feet, and you can see that it keeps going for a ways.
Okay.
Why is this the second weird mirror we've encountered in this campaign?
I know. I'm glad you noticed.
I think you guys are thinking about mirrors at this
I
campaign.
like mirrors.
Well, the last time it was session, what, 1?
Yeah, session 1.
3.
It was when you saw Z, the first hint that Z was a changeling, that no one noticed, I don't think, too much.
No.
Cassie.
Was the only one who noticed, and she never called him on it until he had to call himself on it.
She couldn't figure out what the hell it meant!
You said Ryle said something in abyssal to it, right?
Infernal.
Infernal.
Infernal? Then I guess Silveros isn't saying anything.
Say,
What'd you miss? Where did you leave?
you were telling Sil what he found at the altar, dude.
Okay, so did you hear what Venror saw?
No.
Okay.
Character, I saw embodiments of both of my barbarian totem aspects.
Yeah,
saw
no,
a
that's it. Are we
fucking
looking
bear
at
and a
our
tiger.
souls right now, guys?
Maybe.
I have no soul.
If so, why is Ryle's soul shadow with a few globules of light in it?
I said
No,
that's
what
behind
you
you.
remember-
You can still see your reflection in it.
Bro.
But behind you, there is something
Remember
that seems to
what
be
you
watching
did?
you.
These are our sayings.
No, remember what you did in the pyramid?
No. I do a lot of
Contract.
things. Oh, yeah, no, but I didn't sell my soul or nothing.
Not yet, but he's watching in case the opportunity presents itself.
Oh no, this thing, Ryle, this thing looks bigger than that.
Oh,
shadow.
It's that huge?
It's
Oh,
let me put it this way,
big.
it's
What kind of-
gargantuan,
Oh,
seeming to be
shadow
watching you
glow.
from the ceiling.
I don't like that. Oh.
This is the fucking shadow of, like, Vartha when she becomes an ancient dragon.
Did you just see Ryle go? So how far away am I from the door, Guru?
You're which door? The door going further in, or the door leaving?
I'm leaving.
You're about 300 feet away from that door.
You just see Ryle going. Just like looking at the door going. Just looking back at the door like it's looking like a good option right about now.
I want to go to this mirror, but I don't know where the fuck it is.
You can go to the mirror. It's
Chill in
literally
the middle of the room.
at the opposite side of like where you entered. It's on the opposite side, right in front of the door that would lead in a straight line. There's 2 other doors, one on the
Oh,
left,
okay.
one on the right, and the stairway that goes up, which is nearer to the mirror that everyone's looking at.
Question.
Mhm.
Is Venrora's that big?
Is
Um,
mine that
Hold
big?
on.
No,
Wait.
technically no, but also yes. It's at least huge, but you can't tell exactly how big it is.
Hey,
Yes.
sorry.
And
What
here-
were you trying to say, PR?
Do we really have time for this?
Oh, is that what Urso says?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, what?
Honest,
This could screw us over later, so kinda.
what I was like, honestly, Cassie's just curious as to why Ryle just suddenly got real nervous. Is pretty much why she's going to the mirror, yeah.
You peek. You see yourself. Halo and wings and all.
So it is just like that other mirror then. It's doing the same thing because that's what she saw in the other mirror, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
This sounds
Yeah.
very familiar.
You don't see the
I'm
others.
gonna guess what I see.
Yeah.
I mean, you can make a guess. Do you want to look?
Either but either a devil or dissipator or something.
Fucking dissipator.
Also, Paris. As you're looking, like you see only yourself in the mirror's reflection, and then you see another figure seem to approach and kind of like peek over and then look up at you.
Up?
Yeah, like towards you.
It's a
Wait,
mouse.
is the figure? Yeah, I was about to say, like, is the figure shorter?
No, like it's like like it's someone who's leaning. Like if like how you're leaning over and you can see your reflection, it's like someone on the opposite side is leaning over and then looking up towards where you would be. So they're looking at you, reflection.
Oh,
When you're peeking up over to the other side, no one is there.
what the hell exactly does this figure look like, or is this just blinding light humanoid figure?
No, it's not a blinding light. Make an intelligence check. Although you do notice they do have wings.
Ryan will ask Cassie, what the hell did you say?
This looks like the guy who was in the old Capitol with the unicorn, but he has wings now. Very like bigger than your wings.
The one that Jairus told you supposedly is your guide.
You see, I switched.
We should, I think we should go upstairs.
Wait, Cassie,
Okay.
what do you see?
You see them hold up a finger and just be like, ah, and then just kind of walk off.
He's like, I am out.
The
He just bounced me.
eye twitch is worse.
Eye twitch. Your eye twitches. Him. I'm out.
I will do something here.
Hmm?
I pull up my. Oh yeah, I pull up my sleeve and look at my markings in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
They just my markings.
They're still your markings, but they're glowing.
Oh. All right. I don't like any of this.
I think I just saw my guide.
I'm glowing. He just looks to Cassie.
What?
And he's looking up to you. Like if you remember that picture of the stuffed, like really thick stuffed animal bear saying "Mom said it's my turn" on the Xbox, where he just somewhat T-pose, like with his arms like had gone down.
Oh my god.
That's
that's
your
not-
shtick, not mine.
Yeah, no, I agree. What the fuck? Should I, like, take his arm and kind of look it over?
It's not glowing.
You're not right!
I'm glowing.
I love these mirrors.
Okay, I'll just arm off to the mirror, but I disarm him. I'll move him inside the mirror. I'll move him for the mirror to school. Look, you stupid bastard, you got arms then. Yes, I have. The flesh wound. Is he glowing in the mirror?
Not in your
You
mirror.
don't see me in mirror.
Actually, hold on. Are you holding onto his arm?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay. You're holding onto his arm. You look back into the mirror. You can see his reflection. And you see that his arm is glowing. And there's a big creature that is looking over both of your shoulders. And you see white teeth suddenly illuminated by your
Wait,
wings.
The white teeth is illuminated?
Yeah, the white teeth of this creature that is looking over your shoulder is like razor sharp teeth.
So,
Vatha
let
like
me just say,
teeth.
It's just like all black shadow, right?
Yes. But from the illumination, you can see more outlines of it. It appears to be scales and
Oh, I know
Vatha
who
like
this
teeth.
is.
That looks like Vatha.
Cassie, like, Cassie, that's a god looking at us. His eyes
She
are
immediately
wide open,
drops
looking.
Rob's arms and moves away from the mirror. No.
It hit me. It hit me. No.
I'm walking away from this mirror carefully.
I really don't see what the point of this is.
Alright, so Arthos, I'll
Moving
break it
away.
down for you. I think we might be seeing deities in the mirror.
Oh
Perhaps.
no, I'm not questioning that. I'm just saying, like, we came here for a reason.
I was curious as to what would shake the one person that I thought in this party was unshakable other than her. And she points to Minora. And I regret every bit of my curiosity.
Ryle's just walking away from the mirror energetically towards the stairs.
Let's go get that rope so we can climb there so I don't jump and make noises.
Okay.
Ryle's just like, nah.
Nah, fam.
So Varus will look at it quick again too, and you said he doesn't see anything, right?
You look back, yes?
Yeah.
When you look back, you see that at this point, as you've been looking around and stuff, there's a feminine figure that seems to be kind of leaning over, just kind of watching you for a little bit. And when you actually see her, she gives a little finger wave and then covers her mouth in like a girlish giggle, and then just seems to she doesn't like slink away. You see her just kind of.
I see what?
She seems to. Like, you know, when like the kind of cartoonish smoke, but instead it's like butterflies and shit. Just
Oh, she
all
basically
over.
disappears in butterfly cloud.
Yes.
God, what made you a simp? Good to know.
By the way, Ryle, as he's walking up to the steps, he goes to grab something out of his bag, and he goes, I want no one to question what I'm about to do. And I will take out Guru, the holy symbol, and he puts it around his neck.
Okay.
And he's now wearing the locket. He's now openly wearing it.
Okay.
Just for now.
I'm sorry, Jesus.
Yeah, basically.
Hold on, would Severus have recognized that as his goddess? Or?
You didn't know.
No, his goddess with the one who
you
was
got it,
waving at him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Possibly you've seen statues that depict your goddess. This could be.
Interesting. Okay. And he's still gonna be looking around a bit. Is there any other writing or any other points of interest in this room?
3 doorways. And
Other than 3 doorways.
murals on some of the walls, but most of them look like they faded to the point of being, for the most part, not fully recognizable.
Oh, so you can't really glean anything off of them.
Not fully.
Can I get anything off of them?
Make an intelligence check.
Just a straight intelligence check. Huh?
Not bad a roll at all. The most you can make out of it is that it looks like there are a few figures that seem to be holding up something. You can't tell what exactly it is. In almost like a circular manner on one of the murals around what appears to be some kind of box or some sort of object in the center of it. Most of the entities in this look to be around the same size, except for like one who looks like they have a hammer and are hammering something on an anvil.
Okay. Interesting. Well, then since the others are starting to climb or try to climb and stuff, he's gonna rush over to them. He was probably looking over the rest really quickly because he knows others are moving. How are they trying to get up again?
Voth is
Oh,
trying to rope.
Botha. Yeah. I'm sorry, just imagine just Ryle saying in Draconic, I'm so sorry, God, I'm so sorry.
Kinda. It's more just like nonsense, like Christian kid getting in trouble for sinning.
Right.
So Rose will, when he kind of runs back up to them, he's gonna be like, are we not just ferrying everyone across, with Lux?
We could, but that might take a little bit too much time. She still looks a little bit, pissed off and freaked out! Not at Sue this time, though!
I love the idea that I accidentally just scarred Cassie by her grabbing me.
Well, I suppose this wouldn't be a bad time to use this.
Use what?
He will grab out of his pocket a little thing. And how does it work exactly? I throw it?
You say the command word, and generally you set it down.
Okay, yeah.
You can throw it if you want.
Animal Crossing furniture leaf!
But if I can put it down gently, that's more style.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll do that then.
Okay. You set down the figurine, and the figurine becomes a large owl. Still of the same coloration as before, but it is now just kind of picking at its feathers, making sure that it's, prepared for whatever you ask of it for the time that it is here.
He immediately starts petting it.
Guru, could I
Yes.
ask Baba what she saw?
She didn't go over to her. Do you have her go to her?
I mean, I was over there, so I thought she was.
Oh, she didn't look in the mirror. She can be over there not looking at the mirror. If you
I'm not
ask
gonna
her, she'll
tell
go
to
in.
if she didn't.
Hmm?
I'm not gonna tell her to if she didn't.
And she was just watching you when you were like, mentioning all that stuff. She was just like, okay, cool. And she didn't poke her head over. She's like, you seem to be having enough of an issue. I don't need to be having issues.
I just watched two bitches come away scarred from that. I'm good not doing that.
She doesn't know you're scarred. She just knows you're idiots.
Her owner's mother is draconic!
Oh no, that's
Well, she's her
normal.
partner.
That's normal. It'd be weird if he was muttering in Dwarvish. She can't understand Dwarvish.
Silveros will kind of gesture to the owl then. He's like, we should be able to get up with better time.
Cassie's just petting the owl. I'm sorry, dude.
Fine, he doesn't mind.
Vatha will also just grab a rope in her mouth, fly up there, and Ryle. And she'll pull Ryle. That's the way he'll get up there. The rest of you can get up.
Okay. So you
We
tie
all
it
would
off
be able
and
to get
let.
up on those two things. So.
Yeah, you tie it off and let Venrora climb up.
Cassie will ferry
Venrora
Orthos to
and-
do ones.
The other two can fit on. So 2 on one, 2 on the other. Me. That's
Cool.
all. 5.
Yeah.
So you're the last one up.
Yeah.
Anyone else want to check out the stuff above while he is climbing, or?
Silveros is waiting.
I think Orthos said he wanted to scout ahead a little bit.
Okay.
Which, by the way, Orthos, Cassie will come with you because Cassie got a choice as a distance.
Okay.
I think it lasts for an hour or two.
It does last for an hour.
Yeah.
You got maybe like a couple minutes left. So you guys go up to the top of the stairs, and you see like an attic doorway looking thing, a hatch. Looks old, but it looks to be made in a way that is still in good condition, as far as you can tell. Do you open it?
I will check the door for traps.
Roll an investigation check.
22.
22. It's probably going to be dusty, as far as you can tell. Does not appear to have any kind of spring or anything else that would be like any rope or anything on this side that you could disarm, which means it's, as far as this side goes, disarmed. It's no traps.
No locks.
No lock.
I will slowly. What? Is there a keyhole?
No.
Okay. Is there any hole in the door? Or is it just
Nope.
solid?
It's
Alright,
just
I'll open the
handle.
I'll open the door.
You open it carefully, and as you do, there's a faint of dust falling from above you as it comes down off of it. Thankfully, you didn't just open it, all the way. Otherwise, it would have gone right in both your faces, and you'd have had very broken stealth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I'll
would-
be taking my time.
Yeah, but with you making you wait until it seems to be mostly taken care of. You push it up the rest of the way, and you'll just slowly kind of peek your way up into this new area. Only able to have one of you peeking at a time, just so you know. So you can't have two heads peeking in unless you want to be squished together. Sibling love, Just be
What are
like,
you seeing, Athos?
You see what? I'm sorry.
No, it's just Guru was saying only one person could peek at a time without being like squished. So I just imagine Cassie just, what are you seeing, Athos?
So pop, because he's fucking taller than her. I just imagine he just like pops her down from underneath like his arm.
it's just, yeah. I'm imagining like the
Oh my god, it's like the older sibling and the little sibling like hopping to see on his shoulder. What do you see? What do you see?
not entirely wrong, but also wrong just a bit. But it's fine. No light up here, by the way. It's a dark room. You can see the shapes of various shapes. There's a little bit of light from you just open it, and there's a little bit of light below you, but there seems to be, from the bit of light you can see, there seems to be stone figures. You'd guess that they're likely statues that were possibly carved up here, which would also explain the heaviness of the dust as you are opening it. And there's like a number of them. Most of them seem to have like something over them, like a cloth or something like that, but there's figures up here. The only reason you see stone is you see like the stone feet of a few of them, but they're like wide as it goes up, like humanoid feet, but then the cloth over them is like wide. Bloodstains on the walls, not in the cathedral. Do you go up?
I'll wait till
Everyone's here.
yeah.
Okay.
Cassie wants Earthos pulls back. Once we're done here, I do need to speak with you. If you don't mind.
You
See,
hold on, so-
hang on. Once we're done here, I do need to speak with you. If you don't mind.
Alright, alright.
The best way I can describe her right now, she looks a little nervous, but not like. It's like when you're anxious but not nervous to tell someone you're just like anxious in general. Does that make sense?
I'm glad I didn't skip gym class.
Boy, was I a fool in school for a cutting, Jim.
No!
Nice.
Everyone looks at him and he's just like, you could have waited until my owl was free again.
I look like a pussy to you.
Do you really want me to answer that?
I'm a hairy pussy if I am.
Oh my god.
She just covers her face with her hand. That's it.
Silveros does not find his humors. He has a
Cassie does.
distasteful look on his face.
Cassie does.
Oh, sorry. I apologize, my lage.
I will then ascend.
Send.
You climb up As soon as you put your
those just start rising in the air.
Oh my Jesus!
Behold my true power.
This isn't even my final form!
Boy, this is the end of the campaign, like NPR talked about. It's just all ourselves.
So Orthos climbs up into this space. Everyone else can follow him up. Orthos, since you're the first one up, you can kind of look around, and again, it is dark, so you're not able to see everything in like details and colors and stuff like that, but appears to be a number of cloth-covered statues. One thing that you do notice is that some of the cloth appears to be darker than the others from the dark vision that you have, because it sees in black and white, not in RGB.
Doesn't matter if black or white.
I hate you. I was trying desperately not to think of that song.
So the only way you'd be able to see in color and such to understand more would be if you lit up like a torch. Or
I can cast a light on you.
Yeah. Or on yourself, or on other things.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll wait for the rest to climb up, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say there was figures down there? Down?
Downstairs? In the cathedral?
Well,
Nope.
No, I mean figures in, I guess, the current room
Yes.
for space. Kind of figures.
Statue
Severus
figures.
he's gonna be lagging behind because he does tend to look at everything.
Well, lagging behind isn't to get in, or
Well, everyone else is climbing up, right?
they're climbing in,
There are
yes.
figures in the room.
In
we are
the
now
room
currently.
upstairs, up through
Okay,
trap
never
door.
mind then.
Yes, not in the cathedral, up in the trapdoor room.
Okay, don't worry about it. I guess he's just gonna climb up with everyone.
Okay. Yeah, you climb up and you see there's a lot of something. A lot of, like, we brush up and it's some kind of cloth, very dusty cloth.
So this place has been to in a long while.
I can't imagine that anyone wants to come into a place that says keep up.
Well, yeah, but the amount of dust is just excessive.
Are you
Can
wanting
anyone have a light?
I'll cast light on. I'll
is a
cast
weird
light on the
place to
tiara. I hate you so much, Ralph.
What?
Oh, I'll cast light on my tiara so there's some fucking light.
Okay. You cast light and you see that you are surrounded by a number of different cloth-covered things. Some of them are covered with white cloth. The other ones are covered with a like a black cloth that's faded into more of a gray over time.
Guru, I have a question. How many statues are there?
At the moment, there's probably a good, of the white ones, there's a dozen. Of the grayer ones, there's maybe
Guru,
2 dozen.
None of the numbers came up.
Yeah, none of the numbers
You
came
were
up.
lying
You said of the black ones, and then we heard of the white ones, and none of the numbers
Yeah.
came up. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Holy shit!
Okay, 12 white. Isn't. Wait, 2 dozen. 24. Okay, right, sorry.
Can I make out any of the? Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, I'm just relieved that this isn't just a big game of chess.
That's actually what I was gonna ask. What do the figures look like?
The white ones have like a very bulky, wide look to all of them in different ways. Like some of it looked like more hunched, like they're in some again they're cloth covered. They're not like this. You're not looking at the statue. You're looking at a figure, like you can see like toes and stuff, but is covered with a cloth.
I mean, do you want me to test it out? I'm fine being guinea pig for this, I guess.
Oh,
The black ones, though, appear to be a lot more streamlined, a lot more, like you can kind of see more that they're more humanoid esque figures for the most part. Some of them look like they're
Yeah, I'm
bulky
gonna
in
just
other
walk up
ways.
to one of the whites, then.
Okay.
What'd you say? Sorry, Andrew.
I was just going to say, I think we should examine the, exits of this room. Where else this leads?
There is a exit on the other side of the room with the light illuminating and showing everything a little bit better, leading kind of more like following that straight into the temple sort of feel. There's no other exits other than the one, and the trapdoor, obviously.
Yeah. I'll yoink the sheet off of one of these white ones.
Okay. You yoink the sheet off, and the figure underneath is of a very strange material and appears that is a stone carving of an angel.
Good. Can I roll to know the
You
material?
can roll the material, yeah. Roll. Go ahead.
He knows.
Technically, it would be a 28.
Yeah.
'Cause I got
Okay.
teasing for this.
Yeah. With a 28, you look this over, and like as soon as you're like beginning to like look it over, your brain immediately begins processing, and it says
Yeah, I do
three
know.
words. No, I'm trying to think of the right words. 3 words pop into your head. Extraplanar material.
What
This
the fuck?
whatever this is made of, it is not native to Aitse.
Ryle
What?
turns around and he goes, "Yeah, this shit ain't from here."
Let's put the cloth back on.
Do I recognize the figure?
He tries to throw it back on, but he just couldn't do it. He's like, "Fuck."
He's a little short, yeah.
I will help.
Wait.
So Veros is gonna be like, oh, hold on, and he's looking at it, but
Same.
can he recognize it as far as I know?
Based off of the
Got it or anything?
No, based off of the appearance that it is, all of you, based off the tales you've been told growing up, would be able to recognize it as matching many of the characteristics of an angel. The specific one, I'd say you can roll a religion check.
Oh god, I'm shit.
I'm proficient. That's why I clicked it.
Yeah, no worries.
I am not. Ah! My
What?
dog just licked me out of fucking nowhere.
She loves you.
You sound
I
like
didn't
DJ
know-
Jazzy Jeff getting
I
thrown out of the
didn't know
Fresh
she
Prince
was
of Bel-Air.
there. Abby, get the fuck off me!
Tell her I love her.
Ah! Everybody loves you.
There we go.
I love.
The person your mom calls a black boy loves you.
I can't believe this shit. I don't know why she does this.
She loves you. We have
No,
established
I mean,
this.
I don't know why my mom calls you black.
Oh.
Doesn't matter if
Doesn't matter if you're black or white.
Then again, she calls Brendan Urie chocolate Jesus, so.
Alright, I'm gonna walk across the room and check out the other exit.
Well, while you're doing, okay, so not before, while you're doing that,
In the middle of walking.
as you're walking, like mid-step, their minds going at hyper light speed, doing, all the normal stuff that a brain is supposed to do.
Around fire.
Gears are firing. It's a symbol on like a headpiece as well as on a chest piece that they're wearing.
Uh-huh.
The way that your minds kind of put it in your own head is that they're some kind of battle angel. This is an angel that is essentially sent to combat. What specifically this one was sent for?
The blessing kind of angel.
Say again?
They're the smite angel, not the bless angel.
Kind of. This is the angel that is sent when people, need, call out for assistance, and this one comes in and says, like, sup, bitch, and then starts fighting with them.
Beating people to death.
Oh, okay.
Casually.
That's all we get, though?
Yes, because most of the information regarding such things, as far as you specifically, Syl, would know that a lot of the information regarding them was lost during the Forgotten Age.
Hostage!
And got lost from it.
They don't call it lost for nothing.
Yeah, no one tell him about the library in the fucking capital. He will freak.
Oh. Well, you guys did tell him about your adventure, so he's probably aware of the old capital and aware of all the stuff there.
Maybe.
Unless you didn't.
I never actually told him.
Travels. It was mostly Venrora.
I don't know if Venrora would have mentioned a library. She's not big on books.
Okay, then not the library, but the
She's
old
not
capital.
Found that out.
She's big on a lot of other things, but not book.
Interesting. Okay.
So laughing to Venrora almost like casually. She was fucking illiterate.
I guess she's looking at the other exit.
Mm-hmm. Then you can look at the other exit.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's the white cloth-covered ones that you now know. One of them, at least, is a battle angel. The other 24 are gray, and again, they're not shaped the same way at all. And of course, there's the exit. Well, 2 exits, really.
Yeah.
I will, after putting cloth back over the angel, go through the exit. I will check the exit for traps.
Okay. You're like, I imagine that's actually how Arthos is. He's like about to step over, like, wait, hold up. Roll investigation.
It's like when you
just
stop
like,
yourself.
better fulfill my purpose.
As you're looking it over, the door frame seems fine, and as you're like kind of be like, okay, the coast is you notice that there's a set of runes that seem to be written on the other side of this doorway.
No, not again.
Looking it over,
Sorry.
looking it over, you're not sure if it's like meant to be like benign or malevolent or what it is supposed to be, but it does look like it was put here to stop someone from coming into this room.
I turn back to everyone else and I'm like, well, I am stumped. Because there's magic.
Isn't that your specialty? Go on, Sil. She like fucking pushes him towards the door.
You push him towards the door?
Not through it.
I will not let him touch
Okay.
the door if I can.
Yeah, you're fine.
I'm not shoving him through the doorway. We're like fucking 40 feet away from it. If I can shove him 40 feet without him catching himself, holy shit.
That's what telekinesis is for.
Just
That's what having the right amount of terrible balance.
Oh, hold on. So Veros was in the middle looking under some cloth. He's like, wait, hold on.
Were you looking under one of the other ones?
Crasher was looking at the white statue, so she's right there with you.
No, I was asking Silveros if he was looking under one of the other statues.
I'm curious about the more gray ones. Yeah, I'm looking more. I'm more interested in the gray ones at this point.
Is that where Silveros is looking, or is he still looking at the white ones?
He's looking at a gray one.
Do you pull off the cloth?
He's more of trying to look under it, but he will pull it off if that's not enough.
I mean, you can look under it, it's just going to be dark, and you're just going to not really see much.
Oh yeah, then he's gonna just pull it.
You pull it off, and you see a humanoid form that immediately there's a disjointed feeling about it, mainly due to the fact that they look like they're trying to almost stress their body. Their lower jaw is protruding outwards and looks like it's almost partway elongating. It looks like it's like a human, but with one of their hands with like the lower part, like their pinky and ring finger, are longer and curled, and part of their body looks like it's got like not spikes, because it's from the statue. It's like from the way that the statue looks, it's almost like hair that's growing on the back of their hand, only on the side that has the elongated fingers and such. And there's like a lot more hair across their neck, and it's a very strange statue, especially compared with the one across from it. But if it's supposed to be a foe, it's certainly an interesting foe to face off against for this entity.
Does it look like it's in mid-transformation of something?
Possibly.
I'm guessing I wouldn't be able to glean anything else out of that history, religion, otherwise.
Not really. You can roll a religion check on a piece of clothing that is carved into this, a medallion.
Very well.
May I?
You may.
I did say I was looking.
Yeah, you're proficient.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll check my notes. Ral, you've heard this name in passing before. You don't know all their titles and such. Sil, you know a few of the titles. The main one that you remember is like their big title, as this is a devilish creature known as Delvine, the Lord of Betrayers.
Hey, look, it's Jarvis.
He will announce this out loud. He's the type to announce his observations as he's noticing.
Like, huh, so this person's wearing a medallion of Delvine, Lord of Betrayers. Interesting.
You say that in or out of character?
In character is what she just said he did.
No, the Gyrus bit.
Oh.
Oh yeah, no, Raul makes that joke. I like the idea that he said that before the second part. You're like, what do you mean? Oh.
Silveros would pull another gray one off just to see especially to see if there's the same symbol on the clothes as another gray one. He's not
I want to see what I saw with the white statue. Or at least one of them.
What do you mean what you saw?
I'm just like Phil's been looking under. I've been looking at the white statues.
Okay. If you like peek under and like try and or pull off any more of them, they all appear to be angelic figures.
Do I recognize any of them? I know it sounds weird, but
only as much as you've seen thus far.
That's Aunt Kathy.
No, Butters, don't say that. I have an Aunt Kathy in real life.
That's why I said it, because I've made that joke before. You said that
I
exactly.
hate you.
I feel like Arthos is just at the door like, guys, I need help. Guys.
Venrora's expert, but she
Yeah.
doesn't know shit about magic.
I'm waiting.
To be honest, Cassie would have probably moved over after the first statue just because of what Riles said. She kind of lost the will to look at their ass.
That's fair.
I'm trying to figure out what this place's bag is, man.
If Silveros pulls another gray cloth down, is it a similar kind of thing?
Yes, but this one is they're instead of like being jutting out, their lower jaw looks to be spreading wider, and you can see a pair of their teeth pushing up sharply, like almost tusk-like, if you will. This one is a little more interesting because it was one of the slightly shorter one. This one appears to be a dwarf.
Interesting.
And they're not like hunched, but they like, you didn't actually realize it was a dwarf at first because they seem to, with their stance, be bigger than Ryle in their height. Like they're, big for a dwarf. But
Oh, I know whatever
Weird.
the fuck this is, cause dwarf shit. I don't.
no, this isn't dwarf shit. Whatever this is not dwarf shit.
Can I
Does it
roll
also?
some? I don't know.
For the most part, this is something most people don't remember much about out of character. So none of you would know what this is just off the top of your head. I'd say you could attempt a history check. It's just high DC is the main thing. Religion check would also be allowable. It would just give you different information. Yeah, no, this is some weird shit.
Does it also have the same?
Same symbol. This one is banged into their armor, though, not a medallion. This is like a prominent part of their armor.
While I'm waiting, I will cast detect magic.
Okay. You cast Detect Magic. The runes outside the door are pulsing with a faint abjuration magic. As do the statues.
I will call over.
Not faint for them. It's like strong abjuration magic for them.
I'm gonna call over to everybody and be like, those statues have abjuration magic on them, just letting you know. I point at those runes in front of the door. These also have abjuration magic, but it's not very strong. The magic on those statues is very strong, though.
Which ones?
All of them.
Like all the statues, or just a certain amount of them?
Guru, all the statues, right?
If you walk through and check all of them,
Yeah, I'm giving a nice little circumference of the room.
All of them.
Well, if I were a good trap setter, I would probably also make these statues come to life.
Can I?
I'm not sure if that will happen, but I'm guessing.
Ryle's eyes spark with greed again. I'm casting Identify.
okay. Which one?
Dwarf boy, sure.
Okay. You cast Identify on them. You know that this is a creature under a magical effect.
Wait, so this thing is fucking petrified.
Yes.
I think these things were people. These are not statues. These are petrified things.
And thing is,
Petrified.
this is not a condition. This is a spell that caused this.
Like,
And the spell name that you get in your mind, you've never heard of before.
this is a prison, I think.
Yeah, the spell, by the way, it is. I will actually DM it to you so you can say whether or not you say it out loud. Yep, that's Taru, not you. Both of you having.
Taru's like, yes, give it to me.
I'm the real John Stamos, it's me!
I'm the
the
real
one
John
identifying
Stamos.
it.
Yeah, I think these might be prisons of some kind.
A prison.
And you do know with that these people are unable to have this state changed unless something or someone that they're tethered to has it dispelled from them.
Oh.
I have a question, Guru. Could I know what level of spell that is?
Technically speaking, you're not getting the impression of a level of a spell.
What the fuck? I hate all of this.
Oh,
I think I revised. I think I revised my statement. this might actually just make them come alive, or it might turn us into one of them. This door.
Well, the thing is, all of these seem to be like not normal people in a way.
Real quick, I'd like to start pulling the cloths off these statues and getting like, not all of them, like a few of them. Say like 4.
Are you doing like 2 whites, 2 grays? Are you pulling 4 grays? 4 whites?
2 of each.
2 of each?
Why not?
Okay. You pull off 2 of the whites. You see 2 more of these. Again, the material for these ones is a more resplendent material, whatever this is. And Butter's another thing for you. Looking at the dwarf, this is a material plane material that he is made of. Whatever the battle angels were made of, not material plane. But they're different states of like a combat stance. Like they're defending against people attacking, as the statues seem to be indicating some sort of attack.
Okay. It's not like they're in running poses.
No, they're in like stand your ground sort of poses.
Okay.
Like feet spread. Some of them have like one has a shield in their hand. The other one has a shield and a flail. The other one has 2 daggers, and the first one that you pulled had a great sword.
So short sword, shield,
Flail,
dagger,
shield.
great sword, and flail and shield. Okay.
Yes, yeah. And the other 2 that you pull off, one of them is far more bestial looking than the other ones that you've pulled off so far. This one appears to be a very thin, gangly looking entity with a face like a rat's, but with hair that seems to like be coming up and braided in a way that you almost say like is reminiscent of an orc's hair, and it even has like tusks on for its bottom canines, and is wielding what appears to be a maul. And the other one is another more boar-like entity. This one appears to be a human. Again, a little bit further along in whatever state this is, more of an actual boar's face. This one wielding looks to have something attached to their hand, like finger claws almost, that are like with the stone. You can actually see there's a faint gap between them, that they seem to be almost like growing into.
Athos,
Yes.
do you want me to try to identify that? No point to the glyph.
Yes. Be careful, I guess.
It's a touch spell.
Well, yes. Let me.
Are you ritual casting or are you straight casting it? Just to clarify.
It's an ability.
Right.
Actual spell. Which
Gotcha.
is specialized.
Gotcha. Okay. You go over there and you reach out.
Whoa. Let me see. Do we think this is a good idea?
Probably not.
Fuck it,
yeah,
fair
yeah.
enough. I'll try it. Why not?
Okay. You lean down, you reach forward, and you do a quick identify, and you find that it is a alarm spell meant to trigger if someone enters the room.
Oh, so it hasn't gone off yet.
No, it only will activate if someone enters the room.
We're already in the
Alright.
room.
You guys basically took the other way up.
Yeah. So, that's an alarm spell.
Dispel magic would remove the effect.
Oh, he knows that much? Okay.
Yes. No. Wait, no. I'm sorry. I thought you meant the alarm spell. Petrification state.
That no,
See,
that's
okay, how
didn't
Dispel
know.
Magic works is you have to beat if it's not 3rd level or lower, you have to beat the DC of what the spell level is.
Mm-hmm.
This does not have a spell level
Technically.
I know. I mean, Ryle did not explain that out loud.
No.
So.
because you can't explain that out loud.
I mean, you can
Really.
try and vocalize, and like, obviously you can't say, it's of a certain spell level or whatnot. But I'd say you can roll an Arcana check, Silveros, while this is going on.
Okay.
Yeah, I apologize. I thought you meant the alarm spell when you asked that question.
No, he's not paying attention to that.
Fair enough. Yes, NPR.
Don't worry. I will say actually, Arthos would go like, wait, so is it possible that this door is simply another way into this room that we could just get to?
But where does it
Sounds
come
fair.
from is the question.
That's true. I'd rather not set off the alarm.
I might have a way not to.
Guru, I'm not the smartest man when it comes to magic.
Smartest
Or
woman.
lady, I should say.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, this is also true for me.
Yeah.
But I know at least enough about detecting magic to know how, how that works. So I figured I'd ask.
Mm-hmm.
If you dispel an alarm spell, it doesn't set it off.
No.
But does whoever cast it suddenly realize that their spell is no longer functioning?
You're not sure.
It's like cutting the wire of a bomb, I guess.
Well, the thing is, this bomb is connected to another person, so they might not have, like, the bomb set off and like, oh, someone fucking tripped that.
Wait,
Well,
But they might have it be like, oh, the bomb doesn't exist anymore. What's up with that? I don't know how that works.
here's an important thing, Guru.
Hmm?
So is this alarm set inside a glyph of warding? Or
As-
is this just the alarm spell?
In a glyph of warding.
Okay, because if it was just the alarm spell, it would have to be reset. That's why I was curious.
No, it's in a glyph of warding to go off if someone goes across it.
Oh. That's interesting.
Wait, does anybody in here know how to teleport?
No.
mm-mm.
No.
I did for like a day.
I mean, is
Okay.
there no way to just dispel it?
Not of my capability. You can, but it might be a waste. It might not be a waste. It's a big spelling stuff like that's not. It takes a lot out of someone.
But if it's working the way that the name suggests, and that could have let someone into our presence in this building. And we don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
I'm gonna go over to the trapdoor and I'm gonna check for any runes on the inside of the room.
Okay, roll a investigation check. Looking it over, does not appear to have any runes or anything associated or attached to it that you can see.
Well, if none of us have dispel magic, then I suppose we just.
Oh.
leave.
I'm sorry, did you say dispel magic?
There we go.
Actually, our character, he would have said if no one has a way of removing it.
Removing magic.
That's
removing the runes or magic.
Magic. I'm trying to think. I don't think that would ping his attention.
no. That's why. That's why Cassie's calling Syl's name. She's wondering if he does.
Yeah, he'll look up. By the way, what does that Arcana check get him?
21. This is like nothing you've seen before. You know of the way of some creatures can cause petrification, but this is literally like a bull in a china shop sort of scenario. Whatever would have caused this generally is not going to leave it in such a state. Granted, there's maybe one creature that might do that, but like this and with battle angels? Really? You're just not sure?
Okay, then yeah, I'm gonna assume that he is very, very confused then, 'cause this is really out of nothing he's heard. Okay, he'll kind of look up what his name's called. Sorry, yes?
Do you have a way to get rid of any type of magic?
Bless you.
Sorry.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Die from
Christ.
like that last sneeze was not enough. More.
Right.
My mortal coil is attempting to reject me, but I hold still.
I think it's more the demon trying to escape.
Oh no, the demon's taking a backseat and he's pouting because I wouldn't give him crackers. I like Cheez-Its. He can wait.
I'm just here to come over.
As he's walking, he's like, if you're suggesting I try that on these statues,
No, there's an alarm spell on the door.
Oh. Oh, yes, I think I should be able to take care of that just fine.
I will hold my hand up as he
I can
approaches.
feel him breathing. I want to hit him.
What's Benrora saying?
Silveros, how much do you know about magic? I don't know much.
He pushes his glasses up. Decent enough.
If you take that spell off, will whoever made this spell know you took it off? I know obviously an alarm trips, and the person knows about it, that's how an alarm works. But if you get rid of the alarm, do they know that?
He'll look at it, and is there a way he can tell, or he know? Arcana check?
Yeah, I was typing that out while I was talking because I knew that was going to be the question.
His vast
He's
expertise
gonna guide
of his vast expertise of magic leaves all the woman just dripping.
Like,
Ew.
Arthos, like,
I feel like I need to stop myself.
Yes, if you are.
Arthos speaks up.
Where,
Yeah.
if you are.
Yeah, Arthos speaks up and is like, well, that would be a rather insurmountable spell, isn't it? If removing it set it off.
He's got a point.
The
Well, the thing is, no, never mind. Group of them.
the thing that you would know, Silveros, is essentially disarming the trap would essentially, because especially for this sort of thing, would essentially be like unlocking a door. You know, if the person set the door and they set it, they locked it, they would look at it and think that it is locked, but they would have no way of knowing if you changed that. So dispelling it essentially for specifically the alarm spell, you can dispel it, and the person who set it likely will not be aware. They will not be
the thing
notified.
Is, he's not dispelling the alarm spell.
It's
He would
dispelling
be
the glyph of
dispelling
warning,
the ward.
which they
So
would
I think
definitely not
that's-
be able to know because that's basically set up not necessarily by them as a way to directly communicate on that end. It's meant that
Yeah.
if they walk over it, it sets off the alarm spell.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So by dispelling the glyph of warding, they would have no connection, nothing like that, so nothing would go off.
Okay, so that's all I would have to.
Basically, it's like turning off your phone if you have an alarm set, and the alarm never goes off, so you never know that you missed your alarm.
Oh, got it. Okay, well, Silveris will explain that then. To everyone.
Well, hop to it then, magic boy.
Alright. He'll just dispel that then.
Okay? You cast Dispel Magic.
Yep.
You see a physical hiss of magic being dispelled, and as it's like burnt into the place that it had been carved into, and is no more.
Alright, and it should be fine. Straightens back up.
See if the door is locked.
The glyph was on the other side of the doorway, meaning that there was no door.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's why I said you can see down, then see that there was a hallway.
okay. I tentatively reach a hand through.
So far, so good.
I will walk through.
All right.
There's another trap. Fucking fireball.
Yeah, I'll check the hallway for traps.
Roll a wisdom save. No,
Dude,
you're
question.
fine.
Would statues count as art pieces?
Technically.
Yo, just question, because I did spend 1 minute studying it.
Mhm.
How much that bitch worth?
Which one?
Like the angelic one.
The
If I
angelic
had to
one?
throw a number, or the dwarf one, either one. How
Okay.
much would those be worth?
The dwarf one, for the right, depending on the buyer, it could be anywhere from 100 to 1,000 gold pieces.
Oh,
The angelic one, you can't get a full read on the price. You would guess that if you found, like, I'm saying, like, you're thinking, like, putting out numbers as a, well, maybe this is possible, but
Well, Guru, I just know.
no. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Your
yeah,
mind is
yeah.
trying to, let me put it this way. Your mind is trying to put a value to something that you don't know the value of.
Also, Guru, I know
Yes.
how old it is.
Yeah. These are well before the Age of War. This is some Forgotten Age shit.
Yeah, this shit's from the Forgotten Age. By
So
the
which
way.
is by the
Statues.
which is why the dwarf one could go for 1,000. The angelic one. Let me put it this way. If someone were willing to buy this, that you could essentially own a good chunk of a country and have your own country.
Fuck the Mona Lisa.
No. This is not pricing the Mona Lisa. This is putting a price on something that could buy you a good chunk of land. This could buy you. I don't want to say that one. That's too big.
hang on.
Miles.
Large tracts of land.
You-
Hmm.
Why did you type it like that?
I don't know why he typed it like that.
I
I
was
guess
typing fast.
another way of saying it is it's priceless.
Basically, let me put it this way: the only time your mind kind of glimpses across the monetary value is somewhere in the 500,000 gold pieces range, and that's just an immediate. Probably not. That's too low.
That could buy me an airship. I mean, who wouldn't want an airship?
You out of this building.
Hmm. Right.
Fuck the religious concerns. We literally can't lift it.
Have you tried moving it?
I'm gonna gauge that if I can't move one of our comrades petrified, I ain't moving this big bitch.
You haven't tried that
Listen.
yet.
Listen, right before I leave, I'll give it a little scoot. Why not? Just a little
You give it a little scoot. You try and give it a little scoot. It does not move.
Shame. Alright.
I'm keeping things in mind for that.
I now know how it works. So, yeah, continuing. I now know the way to move it. Alright, yeah.
In character, you don't. Out of character, you can be like, ah.
The way you worded that, I fucking do. But
Yeah, out of character,
I
yes.
was bouncing. Yeah.
So,
Yes, you guys-
investigation for traps or
Yeah, you can roll investigation for trap. With a 17, for the most part, this particular section doesn't appear to be trapped either. It does have a single offshoot sort of room. In this one, it looks like an old art room. You can see that there's the remains of easels and such that might have been used for painting, but they've been eaten away. Pass Without Trace would have gone down by now. Yeah.
It's been over an hour.
Yes.
You cast it while
While you were
walking
traveling.
here.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yes.
Alright, so wait, repeat the second. I know you said this section of the hallway doesn't seem to be trapped, but
Yep. There's a room
You
off
heard
to the
him?
side.
There's a sneeze.
Excuse me.
there's a gust of wind.
There's a gust of wind that blows against your back from the open door that you left open. Actually, no, that
It's a
someone
bit
else left
flat.
open. It's a room that looked like it may have been like for paintings and such. There's a few paintings that look like they've been kind of eaten away at. There's one painting that is like being like that is on the wall and looks like he's been clearly like flipped over and is facing towards the wall. That the frame of it is, as far as you can tell, looks like it's like completely untouched.
Hmm.
But it is like on the
Right.
ground facing the wall.
A frame?
Yeah.
That's on the ground facing the wall. Okay.
Yeah, like there's a
What is-
framed photo of something. You don't know what it is because it's facing the wall. That the frame like that would be holding it and all that is untouched by time. It looks new.
Ethos, would you like me to guinea pig and touch it again?
Probably not a good
Oh.
idea.
I mean, is this the after the hallway? I guess.
Hmm?
This is like
No, this is in the hallway. You still have more hallway to explore. This is just a room off of the hallway.
It's an offshoot.
Well, I guess I will look around the painting without touching first to see if it's trapped or has runes on it.
Roll a investigation check.
Just making me.
Can I assist him?
Sure. So roll again, Nerthos. 24.
Get assisted, nerd.
There are a few runes that look to be part of the frame. Nothing around it looks like it's trapped.
Okay. There's a few runes on there.
Is
Sure.
Detect Magic still up?
How long does Detect Magic last for?
I think
10
it's 10
minutes.
minutes.
30 minutes.
Man, I wish.
I got 3 different numbers there, so I can't trust any of y'all.
10 minutes.
10.
minutes.
10?
Yes.
30.
If you're
Uh,
casting it, you have to be constantly casting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
that's
10
right. That's
minutes.
right. Thank you for reminding me. There is the magic that you can sense from this is abjuration, necromancy,
Mm-hmm.
transmutation. I think those are the only 3 that my mind can see. There's bits of the others as well. Conjuration is also there. There's one that's
Stop,
around the frame.
Cyrus talking.
Oh, you would have liked
All
this, but you're not here.
Alright,
Should I
cool.
identify
So
it?
I tell them all the different magic types that I'm detecting.
Should I identify it, maybe?
Go ahead.
Fuck, alright. Ryle touches it.
Okay.
You turn into a painting.
You touch.
Paper Mario!
No, I was thinking like the Harry Potter. Just can still move, like, fuck. Just looking at myself in a painting.
We have to carry you along.
You sense, based off the identify, that this has been affected by a different sort of spell. Once again, this one does not appear to have a spell level.
What the fuck?
Here, I'll send this to you if you want to voice it to everyone else.
We'll
Nurses would
see.
just ask, is it okay to touch it?
I mean, you see him touch,
Okay.
because that's the only way he can cast a spell.
It is safe.
I don't like that name. I don't
Mm,
like
I
that
will-
name.
It is
God
safe
damn.
to touch. You would know that. Yeah.
I
I
will,
don't
like,
care. I don't want him touching it.
okay,
What?
what, would he just shake my hand away? or
Nah, he
something?
pats it like, nah. He's like, nah. I wouldn't want to touch this thing. Dude, do I know what that fucking means? Do I get a description?
Oh
of
yes,
the
yes.
spell?
Hold on.
What is
Let me give the description of the spell.
Butters
Alright.
is so fucking floored by the name. He's like, wait, what does it mean?
that? I'm not floored. I don't like it. This is just Dorian Gray shit.
Nice.
He just made the word correct. I'm crying. Please. I've never read that book or knew what that means. I just know it has to do with pain.
Oh. Oh boy.
Is this the way someone's achieved immortality? And they've just left it here?
Is this a phylactery, kinda?
In a sense, yeah.
Oh my god!
Who just leaves that on the floor?
No one's been in here!
Where's
okay,
a good place to
so-
put my phylactery? The floor looks nice. Wait, let Guru sit. He's gonna sit. Guru's sitting me specifics.
Yep.
Let me get this.
Alright. I would
Just
say,
Cassie's ask him.
yeah, if it's announced that it's a phylactery, Arthos will first
It
of all ask what
isn't.
phylactery.
I don't know if Ryle knows what a phylactery is.
He would not know what that is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what it is yet. You guys gotta wait.
I don't even mean if he says the phylactery. She just watched him basically like kind of swat Earthos' hand away. She's wondering what the fuck.
You're gonna touch it. I'm joking.
Baby.
You know what? Piss your pants.
No.
No!
Arthos will trust Ryle's judgment and not allow Cassie to touch the painting.
Well, it's not hurting him, so.
But he doesn't want me to touch it, so he has a reason, I guess.
That's why.
You ADHD children, let me figure out what the item is. Christ.
Children!
No,
That's
seriously,
not
hold on,
Ryle.
guys. He's figuring
That-
it out.
That's not Ryle. I can't continue this conversation without knowing what this is.
all of us just looking at Ryle, just like, what is it, Ryle? Tell me what it is.
I think you all assumed that I was asking Ryle.
Yes, but Ryle
So-
might not have slacked Earthos or any of this would have happened because I just assumed something based on the name.
Oh, you're saying
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So yeah, no, there's no worries, no worries. We're all good, no worries. So yeah, there's more information to it, but I'm giving you the quick bit so we can make sure that he can respond appropriately. Again, it is not dangerous to the people here.
Alright, so what this is, someone put their soul in this painting. Now that their
Okay.
soul is in this painting, they will never physically age.
Or die.
As long as they don't look at the image, they're fine. And they cannot be killed by any most natural means. Don't know what the fuck that means.
Alright.
If
No,
someone, if their form would die, they just come back from even a microorganism, probably.
Do you know what a microorganism is?
Yes, science.
Okay.
Now he does. The smell told in microorganism.
Science, bitch.
Micro piece.
Micro penis.
Does it tell you who?
Arthos. Wait, does he slap my hand away?
Yeah, no, he still doesn't want people touching him. Then I have to. He thinks it's weird. This shit weird.
No, you've never heard of
He
anything
is
like
going
this.
to
Hill.
like. He is gonna like flip it over to see the front of it.
I was gonna say, what happens if we look at it?
So you
Yeah.
turn it around,
Oh.
and it looks like a it's like it's like opening a tomb and looking into a crypt where there's just it like the flesh is like still on it. It just like rotted and it looks old. Like the picture is just like old, but it's also like kind of like gross and this like you would look at that and be like, ew, that's zombie.
Can we destroy this thing? Is that a thing that can happen?
Based off of what you had to, with the identify and whatnot, not by not by natural means. There's a book that details how to destroy it, but it doesn't tell you where the location of that is.
Good.
Yes. That is actually part of the identify. The ritual that was used to create this painting has the way to destroy the painting as well.
Alright. Well,
Oop, you sent me things.
let's keep. That just keeps going.
Is that one of the... I don't think that's the right one. Let me double check.
That's the real bad one. But
I think the worst part is that this is probably exactly what Jarus would want.
Oh yeah, no, why do you think
Okay.
I was just like rolling my eyes when I heard he was leaving?
Alright, question, so, do you, do you think
Yeah.
you can carry shit a lot? Do you think it's a good idea for us to carry this thing?
She fucking like
Like,
she squints at you and you're
just
like
in case-
good at carrying shit.
wait, you are good at carrying shit. But, so, what if we took this with us just in case we run into this guy in the future and want him dead?
Well, what if this person can track us down through that?
Oh yeah,
They're
if they
powerful
die,
enough to
they
do this.
teleport. If they die, they teleport back to us if there's nothing to come back from. They
And if they're
teleport
this
within 30
powerful,
feet
they
of this
can
painting.
easily. I'd
Right.
advise against it.
We
What
don't
if we give
know
it to
who
Vamis?
we-
Does the spell even tell you who it's connected to?
Fuck, no.
Do any of us recognize this monstrosity of a person?
This is
Not
not
No.
first.
No. Whoever they were painted with nothing to show who they were in the time of their painting.
Fucking let me look at you with my own eyes. Look at that, bitch.
Well, I don't know who this person is, or if they're, evil or good or whatever the fuck. So, I mean, I don't know. Let's just leave it there. I don't really care.
Wait,
I
real
mean,
quick.
you
I've
know,
definitely.
one day it might come back for it, and if you just leave it open, then he would just kind of look at it, I guess.
Guru, how much is it worth?
Eye for detail.
I'm trying to get the prices, baby.
The framework is probably worth 50 gold. The art piece itself, nothing.
How
Is-
old is it?
It's probably like barely older than the Age of War. Barely.
So wait, so that's not worth a lot?
It's fucking ugly.
The
That
framework
action
is
still
very simple. Even with the age of it, the only thing holding it together is magic, which technically devalues it. Yes, we are wrapping up soon.
Okay.
Alright. It's useless then. Just fucking tosses it against.
Oh my god, don't
Oh
break
my
it.
god.
Guru said it's gonna take a hell of a lot to break. I doubt tossing it against the wall will do anything.
Watch,
And
it's
if it
point
breaks-
burst trauma that breaks it.
Dude, if it is, it's just some like 20-something looking guy who's just
What's in the next room?
Moving on into the next room, you can see that it appears to be like an overlook, where there's a big hole in the center of it, and it's got a walkway kind of around it, with a big chandelier, like a ballroom looking thing. And when you kind of peek down, you can see off on the far wall there's a staircase going downstairs. There is another pair of rooms that do not pair, two rooms that extend off of it, one on either side of the catwalk, and you can also see that on the ballroom floor are wispy figures in a silent dance.
Like they moving?
They're dancing, yes.
Oh,
what
God,
kind of
they're
dancing are they doing?
Ballroom
They're
dance.
crumping.
The cha-cha.
They're doing ballroom dance. Like that spectral ballroom, like a spectral waltz.
Right. Any idea? Actually, no. I probably couldn't discern that. I guess I'll. I don't know. See whatever the purpose of this fucking room is.
It's a ballroom. This one seems to be like an overlook, a balcony sort of area to look down and see what's going on below. And again,
Why
there's
the fuck are we?
Hmm?
Sorry, go on. I'm gonna say, why the fuck are we in The Shining? First, the weird ass painting, ballroom. What the fuck is happening?
I'm just gonna find the next exit.
there. You can go downstairs into the ballroom, And there are two other doors, like where you came in. You can go left around the catwalk, right around the catwalk, and eventually midway on either side is another doorway. But I will let you guys decide over the break, because I'd say this is actually a good place to end the session, so you guys have a choice. Go left, right, or downstairs. Or go
You
back
know
the way you
damn
came
well
to go
we're
down.
gonna forget about that over this week, like we all.
I'm going to spam it to you, or just decide today and then just type it in the
That's true.
goddamn chat box so you don't forget.
To be honest, left is as good of an option as any.
Exactly.
Like,
So it'll give you guys time to, just, either discuss it or just throw it out there. Type your responses in the chat. And for everyone watching back at home, we'll see what happens next week on that. But until next week, be safe. Have a good time. We love you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Boom.